Hello and welcome to another edition of the Build with Baer workshop. I'm Pat Baer. This is the last one of the year, so I want to welcome you all here. I'm going to wait for a few more people to jump in the chat before we get started with our build today. But I want to thank you for joining me. Um, Coming in right away, I'm going to throw my Bear Cave emote here. If you are a subscriber, why not throw that emote in there? Uh, Hello, Wookins. I hope you're having a great holiday. I'm having a great day. I don't have work tomorrow, so I'm relaxing today knowing that I don't have to go to work, and that's pretty cool. I'm probably going to stay up very late tonight for no good reason. Wookins, thank you for throwing up that. Appreciate you being here. Thanks to everybody who's here in the chat early. I'm expecting a few more people to come in. Matt Pasquale is auto hosting, so maybe a few people will pop in that we're checking out Matt's channel. That would be very nice. Thank you, Matt Pasquale, for that. Hello, Isk. Hello and welcome. Um, I guess this is like yesterday or today is a day where a lot of people subbed with their Twitch coins because like a month ago or whatever, or months ago. So if you have a Twitch coin, if you're following me here and you have a Twitch, you have Twitch Prime because you have Amazon Prime, or you used the coin in the past, you got to auto renew. That's a thing you could do. You don't have to, but you could. I'd love to get my numbers up a little bit there. So during the stream on Thursday, I got my first ever payment from Twitch. I hit the threshold. Basically, I'm an affiliate. Peek behind the curtain. You need to make about $200 total because it's a 50-50 split. So then you need to make about $100 a year end before they do a payout. So hello waffles. So we did that payout. Got my first payment from Amazon/Twitch, and that's awesome. I'm very excited about that. Okay, so on Thursday we did a Star Wars build, and then today we're gonna do a Star Wars build, another Lego Star Wars kit because that's what people have been buying on my Amazon wish list, which is awesome. We're gonna switch over here. We're over here now. So we're doing the Darth Vader transformation. Now you will notice this is not we're not building a vehicle. The first time ever on the Build Bear workshop, we are not building a vehicle or a Pokemon. That's a big distinction. We're doing a scene. We're doing the scene where Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader due to technology. We've got our Emperor Palpatine right here. Before we get real building, I'll pop up over here so you can see his face. He's got two faces. He's got this face here, and then he's got angrier face. Get real close in there. And we're going to switch it to angrier face. So we got Palpatine. Also notice, you'll see this on Darth Vader later when we build Darth Vader, cloth cape. I've got another cape right here that you kind of just fold over and put on between the head and around the neck. So we got a cloth cape for later, which is pretty cool. It came in its own little box. Yes, Wookins. Shout out to Casey Malone, who's not watching, but maybe we'll see this later. I announced today that this is what we were building, and he immediately replied, no! So I'm glad that Wookins did that in the chat. As always, here in the chat room, let me know if you're building anything tonight. Sometimes you're just sitting back watching me. Totally cool. Sometimes you're working on something. Maybe you got a kit that you're building, or you're painting some figures, or whatever. If you're working on something, let me know. I'm going to have to take water breaks because my throat is pretty raw. I apologize for that. Very cold out. It snowed a little bit here in New York City, so I went out in the cold for a little bit, ran some errands. That was cool. Okay, so I built Emperor Palpatine already. Did that while I was prepping. There's two bags. We took bag one, and I knolled it. As you can see here, there's some stuff that's off camera, but this is most of the knolling. And I made this droid, which also has like a back leg thing. It's got a 3-leg, which is kind of cool. So I'll put that aside as well. And we're going to get into our base. We're building up. This is 282 pieces. So we will finish in this hour and a half. I am fully expecting to finish this today. We might even start our next kit, which I've already decided. So I did this in the other Lego. Then I'm going back to doing a model kit. So we'll take a break from the Lego to kind of balance it out. So I've got the Death Scythe, not Death Knight, the Death Scythe. Waffles, you start on one of those models. Those Bandai kits come with very small, impossible. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's no decals in this kit, apparently. There might be in the other bag, but I don't think so. But yeah, when we do the Death Scythe, there's some really tiny stickers that you need. Basically, you need an X-Acto knife, not just to get the stickers out, but to have a really small, sharp surface to apply them. You need like a butter knife, kind of a thing, or putty knife, and an X-Acto knife. Ugh, stickers. Not into that when it comes to model kits. Did a little bit, here and there, but all right, yeah, this is a very straightforward kit. I knolled everything that I needed here, so it'll move pretty fast. But yeah, an anonymous person bought this on my Amazon wish list. Don't know who bought this. If it was you, let me know. But I don't know who did because it's very easy to send things anonymously through the Amazon wish list, which I've updated pretty recently. Put some more kits on it. I bought with an Amazon gift card that I got from my folks for Christmas. I just went ahead and bought something just off the store that I wanted to build. I got the double X Gundam from Gundam X because I didn't think anyone was going to buy that, and I really wanted to build it, and I want to branch out to some other Gundam series. All right, so we built this little thing. We're already going to put it aside. Oh, I've got our one tool for the job right over here, our handy dandy separator. This came with the Millennium Falcon. I have the Lego one. Ghostbusters. I think I sent that away. I've got another one of these around here somewhere, but the bigger kits will send you one. But I like to keep it handy. We probably won't need it, but I can make a mistake here and there. I'm human. I'm only human, so I totally can make a mistake. I want to thank you for spending some time with me here on a Saturday evening. You've got a lot going on probably this weekend. Maybe you're staying in tonight because you have plans tomorrow. I don't. I thought maybe I would stream, but it wouldn't have been a build stream. It would have been like a video game stream. But right now, my gaming streaming setup is not going to happen. The frame rate will be very poor, and it wouldn't be fun. So I'm working on solutions for that for the 2018 because I want to start doing some video game streaming here and there, mostly like Jackbox stuff or even another Hearthstone build stream. I've got a couple of decks that are pretty much meme meta decks that I've been playing since the new expansion. So I'd love to show that off. But yeah, if you're working on anything, you can always send me photos on Twitter. Let me know your work is in progress or your completed stuff, or if you purchased a kit this holiday. I know I have another Lego kit coming from, I believe the person's name is Coyote. Coyote sent me a kit. Oh, okay, so I'm going to make two of these. So I made one of these. I got to go back and make it again. But we'll put the rest of the finishing pieces on here. Two clears, one of these. Yeah, Coyote sent me a kit because Coyote got it a few years ago and just doesn't have any interest in building Lego, or so he's going to send me a Star Wars kit that they have. So that came in the mail. I have to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up next week. But yeah, I'll have some Lego kits. I think I still have two other kits besides this one. Or at least one. Two other. I think I have three Lego kits waiting in the wings. So we'll get to more Lego. Watching the Giant Bomb Game of the Year stuff. Oh, Wookins, that sounds great. Yeah, right now I have no New Year's plans. A thing that I was gonna do fell through. There's a bar that I could go to, but it's in Brooklyn, which is where I live, but not near me. And Brooklyn, so the thing is that Queens is a little bit better, but Brooklyn was not designed, like the major transportation parts of Brooklyn were not designed to get to other places in Brooklyn. They were designed to get from that place in Brooklyn into Manhattan and back. So what ends up happening is if you want to go somewhere in Brooklyn to another place in Brooklyn, it takes forever and is a pain in the ass. So I don't think I'm going to go to that bar. I also don't drink, so it's like kind of a waste. But I was thinking about going to um, a bar that one of the Flophouse podcast gentlemen owns. So I was thinking of going to his bar because there is a like maximum fun meetup there. So I thought I might go and maybe meet some people. But I think I'm not going to do that. I think instead I'm going to hang out. Kate Stark, who is on, I'll give her a shout out, twitch.tv/Kate. Kate is a wonderful person and a great streamer. And Kate is going to ring in the new year with a stream tomorrow. And so I think I'm probably just going to hang out in her chat because her chat is very positive and great. Her chat's the second best chat on Twitch. You're the best chat on Twitch because I don't have to moderate you. You're small and you're supportive and very nice and pleasant. And I don't think Nightbot has had to do anything since I put Nightbot in since I started streaming, which is pretty cool. All right, so I made 2 of these things, and then I go and attach like this. Okay. All right, that got built, and then we'll build off a little bit of stuff here. Okay, one of these and 2 of these. Yes, you are great, Waffles. You're excellent chat. Oops, the wrong ones, wrong size. Right shape, wrong size. Okay. Yeah, so this is a pretty simple build, but it's pretty cool. I'm psyched about doing, like I said, doing something a little different, doing like a scene instead of just building a Lego vehicle. It's kind of cool to do that, although I obviously have a soft spot for the vehicles. That's why I put them in the wish list, which I'll put a link to later, as always. If you got some money coming in, if you got gift cards from Amazon, if you turned in a bunch of your change this year and you're thinking, I don't know what I'm going to buy on Amazon, you could buy me something and then I could build it on the stream. And then people would be able to watch it and you'd be able to watch it. And that's a thing you can do. Of course you don't have to. You never have to. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to subscribe, although if you haven't subscribed and you got your Twitch coin, you could use that, or you could spend $5. Right now, we've got one person in our $10 club, and that person is going to get a new emote in January. Alex Zandra, Zandra on the Twitter. I have commissioned who created the Bear Cave emote, which I'm going to throw into the chat right now. Bear Cave emote's coming in. So Alexandra's working on a new one that will be for the $10 tier, just to give them an emote, which is pretty cool. And I'll be able to use it obviously. And so that's just a little extra in the new year. I have to check in with her later to see about that when that's going to be able to go live. But that'll be a thing, yeah. So you could, do that. You can always send me some dollar amount or whatever. Patreon. My Patreon backers get this video tonight. They get my videos early before it goes on my YouTube archive for everybody else. Try to do that as a thank you. Get them a little early. And my $10 backers on Patreon voted for this kit to be built. It came down between this and the hover tank, and they voted for this. And I have the hover tank and an ATST left to build in Lego. In my what we got here? A new follower. Hello and welcome, Urzog. I think I said that right. Urzog, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Follow is good. You can set your notifications so that you see when I'm streaming via email or on the Twitch page. Make sure you do that if you haven't done that, so that way you know when my streams go live. Obviously, I stream Thursdays and Saturdays. In January, I will do at least one bonus stream. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I don't know if they're going to be extra build streams or they're going to be game streams or what. But I promise you at least one, if not two, bonus streams in January. January is a very light month for me, schedule-wise. So I'm able to, in my day job. So I'll be able to dedicate a little more time to streaming and to building. So that should be good. All right, so we're building this thing. We're building two of these. So we built this one. We're gonna finish this one and then go back and build the other one. I don't necessarily love that they don't tell you that when you're starting, because I could have been separating the pieces that I needed as I went, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Not the end of the world. Just means I gotta go back, check out the other page. All right, so we'll put that on there. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward, pretty simple build. If you're working on anything, obviously always let me know. It's been a very laid back vacation for me. I was in South Carolina for a while, as you know, and then I came back here to New York, and I mostly okay. So we built one of these, and we're gonna build the other one right now. Yeah, I came back to New York, and it's been a lot of like playing some backlog of games and seeing some friends. And I left my apartment today to go get dinner and go grocery shopping, and that's the extent of my leaving the apartment today, which ruled school. It was awesome. Watched a lot of videos on YouTube. Set up my laptop here to stream. Speaking of which, so as some of you know that watched the Thursday stream, I talked about it. I had to redo basically all the settings on my computer and like do a fresh install on my laptop, which I stream from. So when I did that, I ran into the problem of I had not saved my profile uh, in OBS. So I needed to figure out a bunch of settings in OBS in order to make it all work and make this stream work. And I think I succeeded. Actually, I think it's improved a little bit. So one of the things I was doing is this is a very foolish thing, but maybe it's a teaching moment, or you can learn a little bit from my blunder. So I record my stream here, right? I also record on my computer, and then I upload that recording to YouTube. Well, I was saving it as an FLV file, which is, it's a good file format and all that. But as I was uploading to YouTube, it was having to convert to MP4 because I didn't know that I could save the video files. I could save my recording as an MP4. So it's not going to save a lot of time, but these are hour and a half videos. It's going to save some time to upload it. So that right there is a big benefit from having to do things scratch. I also have hotkeys, which I never got around to doing. I have that set up. I think my bitrate is probably just as good. Yeah, I'm pretty excited overall with how it turned out. My new streaming setup is pretty much the same. I'm also wired instead of wireless. I finally got a cable that's long enough to get to my a router and short enough that it's not stupid long. So I have that set up, which is good. All right, so these just go. We're building off of these A-frame pieces here. That's what I'm calling these. I decided I'm calling these pieces A-frames because they're kind of like A's. There's probably a name for it. And I put this on wrong, so I'm going to do it right. Haha. And do it right. Yes. Okay, great. So we finished that. And now we're going to build another thing. We're going to make two of these. So I know we're making two of these, so I'm going to make them at the same time instead of going back and doing it again. So I'll just do this at the same time. So for 2018, like I said, I'm going to try to do at least one, if not two, bonus streams in 2018 in January. That's my goal, is to get y'all at least two extras. I haven't decided when that's going to be. So I said that if my Patreon, which is right now at $95, when that hits $150, I will stream 3 times a week, no matter what. So that's the plan. And those will be 3 times a week doing build streams. These bonus extra ones I'm going to do will maybe be builds. They might be video games. They might be something else. I don't even know what that would be. Maybe like a cooking thing or something like that. I haven't really decided what that's going to be. But I have the option of doing whatever I want with these extra ones. So the sky's the limit. If you have suggestions, put them in the chat. Send me a tweet about what you think. But these bonuses, I'm kind of deciding when they're going to be. I could do Friday night, right? Stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That would work. I'm thinking I might do an afternoon stream. I have some international viewers. They might like an afternoon. Tuesday was the natural day that would work well for me because then I do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And it has a nice flow to it, right? It felt like that was going to be the thing to do. What's happening here? Okay, so we do that, we build that twice, that goes there, that goes like that. Oh, I have to finish off this piece. Sorry, I lost track of what I was doing and got confused. So now I'm going to finish these pieces off. So yeah, that's the plan right now, is that I'm going to do 2 extra ones, but I don't know when they're going to be. I put some thought into it. I was thinking maybe I would do Tuesday afternoon, but am I shooting myself in the foot by going up against the Beastcast? Or not the Beastcast, Giant Bomb's live recording. Do a lot of people watch that? Do I certainly have an overlap in my audience? Would that be beneficial? Would it be bad? Could I find a time to do it consistently in those 2 times? So I'm playing around with it. I'm not sure. Friday night seems like a thing I could do. I could do Friday pretty easily. I could commit to Fridays pretty consistently. So that's right now what I'm thinking about doing, is doing 2 Friday streams and a Friday night. But I also thinking about maybe I'll do a Wednesday afternoon stream. Maybe I'll do 2 bonus Wednesday afternoons. I could swing Wednesday afternoon. I don't know yet. But yeah, if you get a preference, if you're like, oh, you're going to do 2 bonuses in January, you should do it at this time, let me know. The goal is obviously to eventually do 3 times a week and do 3 build streams a week. That's the goal. It's just that right now, that is less likely because it's just financially, like, building kits is expensive. So, oh, well, somebody renewed, and I don't know who, but someone during the course of this renewed their subscription. Didn't show up in chat, but thank you. Thank you for doing that. Whoever renewed, I assume using their Twitch coin because I didn't get a notification. That's very nice. Okay, so we did this. We built this thing. We got one more thing to put in this here in our loop. We got a couple more things to build, and we got some extra pieces as always, which is cool, very cool. All right, but yeah, this is a pretty straightforward, as I've been saying, pretty straightforward build. There might be some tricks in the second bag. This first bag, it's pretty straightforward. My thinking is that it'll either take an hour and a half to put this all together, or it'll take less than that. In which case, I'll get started with my next build, which is the Death Scythe, the original Death Scythe, not Hell Custom. Oops, that popped off. Let's put this on, and then let's put this on like this. Great, so that's on there. I guess they have you attach this, and then you build up from there. And one of these, and 2 of these, and we put that like this, and that like this. Building our Frankenstein device, basically, our transformation. Okay, so we put this on here. Pretty straightforward. Pretty easy. Um, when I send in all the links, you know, I always do that. Death Side's one of the older 1/100 no grades. No, it is a 1/100 master grade. So uh, yeah, Cross Hunter. I love doing a master grade. I did a couple real grades. I mean, I'll keep doing the real grades. They're interesting. But master grade is where I like to truck. So I've got this one. It's a little old of a kit, but it's the original Death Scythe in the master grade division. Yes. So they made a non-hell master grade, which is what where I like to build. That is my preferred 1/100 master grade. The 144 real grade, I don't mind, but uh, it's not my jam by any means. Okay, so we'll put the wings on here. But that's just like occasionally like well, they put out that teaser there, the pre-orders for the Pacific Rim um Bandai kits. They're coming out in April, and those are high grade. And I mean, eventually I'm gonna get one. I mean, I'm not gonna not get one. Like that would be silly. So I will at some point. I didn't pre-order. We'll see how it goes. We'll get the first reports back on them and how they respond. But all signs point to eventually I'm gonna get that kit. Um, put here because those kit look really cool. But yeah, obviously I prefer to master grade. So that's the next kit. I've got it ready to go. I mean I haven't I took them all out of the bags and all ready to go there. I've got my tools in there. It's right off camera, ready to start. So I could always start that today if that was something that we wanted to do. All right. That goes like that. That goes like that. Then two more. Ooh, okay. Yes, that makes sense. But that goes there. We don't. Oops. Put that in the wrong spot. I just clipped my nails, so which is probably not the best day to do that when you're dealing with Lego, but whatever. And then these are different. Normal. There. That there. As you know, Death Scythe is my favorite um, Gundam. So eventually I will build the master grades of all of them, but I wanted to do the original Death Scythe, get our Buster shield going, no wings, uh, standard, awesome version. So that goes there. And okay, I think. Oh no, I got these four here. Where do these go? Okay, they go in there. Great. We're getting it through. We're moving right along. We'll knoll in just a minute as we get ready to open our second bag. We're almost done with bag one. We got some extra pieces. I've got a small little bag to put those extra pieces in, as always. So yeah, 2018, gonna keep doing this, right? Gonna keep going as we get ready. Oh, that is the end of bag one. All these pieces here are extra. I'm gonna pull them all here so you can see. These are all my extra pieces. There's like one-offs of just about everything, um, which is cool. So I'm going to put those into a small bag as I accidentally bumped my camera. Apologies for that. Make sure it looks okay. Great. Yeah, so I saved a little bag. There was a little bag inside of the big bag. So I saved that for all my extra pieces. I like to have my extra pieces put in there. And then since there were only two bags, I took bag two, and I haven't sorted it yet. We're going to null that now. But what I did do is empty the bag into the box because I felt like that would be a better sound than opening a bag. Because I know that it is not ASMR for a bunch of people to hear plastic bags open. I know some people like it, but a lot of people don't. So put that aside. We'll need that cape in a minute. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this aside now. Put that over here. And we're going to slowly, so that I don't get them rolling away, pieces here, and then we will knoll them. And we're going to make our beat up Anakin, and we're going to make our Darth Vader. Oh, here's a bag that I forgot to open. I apologize for that. I'll have to open a tiny little bag. All right, so I'm going to knoll this here. I'm going to put the box away off to the side. I'm going to put my extra pieces over there so I don't knoll those for no reason. I'm going to open this bag underneath. Okay, one of the third-party bootleggers made a Master Grade Death Scythe Hell TV version instead of Endless Waltz earlier in the year. They got shut down. Okay, that makes sense. It was shut. Bandai is a big company. It also would make sense if that's not, the Death Scythe Hell TV version instead of the Endless Waltz one. If that's not a Master Grade kit. Eventually, I'll own all of them. I have the high grade of the Endless Waltz version, and I have the Master Grade, which we built the Master Grade here on stream. Okay, so this is all our pieces here. I'm gonna throw this bag off to the side. So we're just gonna know by color. As you know, that is what I do. I'll know by color, and then I'll know by shape later. We just kind of put our major colors, our different colored 2 grays. Will be in one area, our black will be in another, and then our and I'll put everything else basically near each other in one, because this is a mostly gray and with pieces of white, but it's mostly different colors, gray and black. That is going to be our primaries with a few random extra things here and there. And of course we got to build our Anakin, and we got to build our Darth Vader. I'll beat up Anakin here, or Anakin head. He doesn't have 2 expressions, he's just got the one. And it's the same face, which I think is pretty cool. Both our Anakin and our Darth Vader have the same exact face, which makes sense. All right, here's our beat the crap Anakin. So put that there. Then we'll eventually build the Darth Vader as we come across the pieces. So I'm just putting pieces where they go by color, and then I got a bunch of tools here, which is kind of fun. That's cool, I like that. But yeah, this is pretty mindless. It's just, what color is this? Where does it go? Figure out the rest later. Got a bunch of kind of unique pieces in this kit, which I love. I love seeing the odd colored, odd shaped things. It's always cool. Bunch of clear stuff. Find we got our Darth Vader helmet. There's a neck piece as well, so which is kind of cool. Part of the helmet comes there. Lightsabers and stuff. Just gotta put that over here. Goes there. Yeah. Do gunpla the same way since I cut all the pieces out at the same time. Oh. Yeah. Cross Hunter. I don't usually cut the pieces ahead of time. I like cutting off the actual sheets when it comes to gunpla. But as far as Lego goes, I'm always separating. It is yeah. There's lots of gray and black in this one. I mean, hey, we're talking about the Empire here, right? We're talking about a machine that's gonna turn Anakin into Darth Vader. There's gonna be it's not all bright white. That's not their style. This isn't the Institute from Fallout 4. They got a lot of white in their motif because they think they're the good guys. The Empire knows that they are the Sith. Well, at least the Sith know that they're the Sith. The Empire might not necessarily know they're the baddies, but the dark side of the Force knows that they're called the dark side of the Force. They're pretty on point. Okay, I'm getting a spam message on my email. Yes, I mean, Waffles, you're totally correct. They could use a little flair, a little color flair, but I mean, that's why Boba Fett's earth tones are so appreciated. That's why people like him, right? That's why people like Boba Fett, because of his excellent use of earth tones. All right, so put the neck thing on there, put his head on, put the helmet on. Oh shit, we got Darth Vader in the house. Got to beat the crap Anakin Skywalker and fucking Darth Vader. Holy shit, I'm gonna put those aside. That might be my favorite part of doing the minifigs like this is doing these kind of kits is the minifigs, like having access to awesome things like this. Like it's one of the coolest parts of uh doing Lego kits. Is just like, oh, cool figs. Like Millennium Falcon is obviously that was a beautiful kit, and I loved building it. But one of my favorite parts of it was having old man Han Solo. It was just cool. Look at this piece. This is unique. That's a very unique piece. Put that over there. I don't know, just cool. It's a cool looking piece. There's a bunch of like nice custom stuff. I mean, you got to pay for it, right? It comes to the upkeep on these is the prices of these are high. Although there's something I saw something on my Lego set that was on my Amazon wish list that like jumped in price to like $70 for one of these. I think it was I forget one. I think it was like the Bat Cave. It's got a lot of vehicles and a lot of minifigs, and that seemed to go up in price. Which I was like, oh no, no one's gonna get that, including me. All right, we're getting there. We're almost done knolling. Obviously, this takes a while, which is why I often do one off screen. I usually do the start. Oh, this is rubber. Weird. Got a piece of rubber there. That is very odd for the kind of kits that I do when it comes to Lego to have rubber. Is unusual. So what I'll probably do is here, I'm just going to null by color. I'm not going to null then by shape and stack like I did for the last one here. I'll just kind of put light colors together, put them aside. Some of these are lightsabers, so we'll kind of put those over there. I've got a slight tilt on my desk here, or table, I should say. Hello, David. Thanks for throwing in that emote, letting people know that you are a subscriber. All $5 subscribers get that emote. $10 subscribers, which there is one of you right now, maybe more in the future. Then January. Socrates has subscribed again, 3 months in a row. Thank you so much, Socrates. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your continued subscription. It's very nice of you. Continued support. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, it's great to get on board. You're just helping me. The money goes to buying model kits so I can keep doing this. Some of the money that I got through Twitch is going to go to my parts, my computer parts. I mentioned this on Thursday. So what I'm going to do is I'm buying more RAM for this laptop. I'm at 8. I can go to 16. I'm going to do that. And then there's also the graphic enhancer thing where basically it's a proprietary. Razer has one. This is Alienware has their own. Oh, thank you so much, Socrates. I'll talk about that in a second. Because it's just about time for me to do some plugs in the Twitch chat, which will also be in my YouTube show description. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, let me just finish up this part that I'm gonna. It's in my Amazon wish list, but I'm also probably just gonna buy it myself. Oh, we're done with knolling, so put this aside. Move this there. Move this here. Move this there. Great. We're ready to build in just a second. Finish knolling. Yeah, so I'm probably going to just purchase that myself, but it's a graphics. It's basically going to take a graphics card. I have a 970, and I can put it in this thing, and then it will basically be like running a 970 on my laptop. So I'm very excited about that. So, as mentioned, I'm going to put the link in there. I was on this week's Beastcast. Obviously, everyone's behind that listens to Giant Bomb, so they might not know. I've heard it, but yeah, it was our yearly role-playing episode where we do Austin Walker who formerly of Giant Bomb, comes back now and does a role-playing thing. Dan Reichert sat in with us for the first time, and Dan had a great time. I think that Dan kind of understood why we do this and why it was cool. We gave him a little freedom that he ran with in a way that I think like people that listen, no spoilers, are going to enjoy. We didn't have Abby. Abby is still on vacation out of the country. But speaking of Giant Bomb, so the Beastcast, if you can look that up, I'm in there. We're going to do more. I don't know when, but soon. We're not going to wait a year to continue because, unfortunately, due to scheduling, we couldn't do a really long one. Someone, and I won't say who, forgot we were recording. And so we had to wait for like an hour for them to be ready. So it threw everything off. Here is my top 10 list on Giant Bomb. Speaking of Giant Bomb, I did a top 10 list, which I think it turned out great. Link in the show description on YouTube, but in chat right now here on Twitch. Here is my Patreon. $5 backers get this early. $1 backers get a monthly Q&A that I do. They get access to that and previous Q&As. Here is my Amazon wish list. You can buy model kits. You can buy Lego stuff, or you could, if you have gift cards on Amazon, you could do that. And then I'll give you the shout out there. And then this is my Ko-Fi, my coffee. I still don't know how to pronounce it, but either way, money that comes from that goes directly to buying kits. So those are my links. Subscribe if you're interested. Give me a follow if you haven't yet. If you just like follow my Twitter, give me that subscription or a follow, I should say. And yes, Herzog, it was a pleasure to do. I had fun with the previous character Jen Sparkle that I introduced last year, but getting back into Christopher Guest and the setting we did. So I'll give you a little behind the scenes. It won't ruin anything if you haven't listened yet. My character for Christopher Guest. So the setting for this one is a post-apocalypse. Austin does a great job of kind of selling what happened and why it happened the way it did. But I haven't said my character motivation, which I'll get to in the next time we do it, is that because basically we did like episode 1 of an ongoing. Christopher, well, I said Guest. Yeah, I know. It's a play on Christopher Guest. His name is Christopher Ghost or Chris Ghost. But it is a play on Christopher Guest because that was originally how I intended to play the character. Was like that I was in like a Christopher Guest style mockumentary. So Christopher Ghost is thriving in this post-apocalypse. He's a former military guy, and basically my character choice for it is just that, like, you know how like it didn't take too long for there to be raiders in Fallout universe, like things fell apart pretty fast. It's kind of like that. He's not a bad guy by any stretch of the imagination. Not a villain, but when things got wild and got kind of like you're on your own, Christopher Guest is like, or Christopher Ghost, I should say, not Guest. I'm just keep messing that up. Ghost is like, okay, ready to go. His milk call sign be Crisco. I mean, it might have been. We never got there. I'd have to ask his former commanding officer, who also Jeff was very busy. Jeff Bacalar, so we didn't. He very busy moving and children's stuff and all that good stuff. So we didn't get to really play around too much together. And I'm hoping in the second episode we get to be a little more playful. Since our characters have a shared history, it's very fun to play off that. Dan's character is basically new. No spoilers about Dan's character, other than I think if we had done something else, something a little different, Dan would not have enjoyed himself as much. But the right call was made about the character that Dan is playing. It was very fun. I know some people don't like it. They wish we had just done what's going on in video games this week, in a normal show. Um, but I had a ball doing it. I love all those folks. Um, I'll say this, which is pretty funny. I've now been on 3 podcasts with Jeff Bakalar. We live in the same city. I've never met Jeff in person. We've never interacted in person. Every time I've gone in to do something with Giant Bomb East, it has been mainly it's been me coming in while Jeff's on vacation. I kind of fill his chair on the Beastcast, or I've come in to like film things, and he doesn't sit with them. He's at CNET. It's the same building, but they don't like hang out together all the time. So I haven't actually met Jeff yet. I'd love to though. It's a great dude. I know. Well, Cool Jammer, I'm going to tell you this, Cool Jammer. I I'm still behind. I'm on the Friday podcast today. I got to the final day. I started that today. But that's because, and I think I said this on Twitter. I told Austin this. Most of yesterday, most of my day yesterday, all I did was play the dungeon run on Hearthstone and listen to Giant Bomb podcasts. That's all I did yesterday, and I'm still not done listening. I'm like behind on a bunch of podcasts I normally listen to like right away. Yeah. There's been a plethora of podcasts. All right. So we're locking some stuff in place. We're basically now we've got our frame, and now we're just building up all these pieces, which is cool. I'm gonna try to connect this stuff without doing that. And in the center, eventually, we'll have a thing that I guess the idea is on one side is Darth Vader and the other is Anakin, and you can flip them, turn them over to reveal what's happened, which is pretty cool. All right, goes that, and then this goes in here. So this kit, I'm probably gonna have to like break down a little bit because I think it's gonna be too big to slide as it is back into the box because I like to keep them in the box. Day 1 and 2, now you have to jump around topics. Someone spoil games. Yeah, cool. Part of that is, for me, is there's some stories in some games like I don't think they're going to ruin stuff from Assassin's Creed, which is maybe one of the only games I haven't played yet that I care about what's going on in the story. Because it's like if they spoil Edith Finch stuff, they've already spoiled some of Edith Finch stuff. I don't know when I'm going to get to that game. The couple of the games that are on my like I didn't play this yet. Like I don't think anyone's going to talk about Prey because I don't think anyone really liked Prey, but Prey is one of the games I'm going to hit in January. So, um, uh, but yeah, one of my favorite things about this is how much Jason doesn't like Nier. Like Jason definitely did not enjoy playing Nier. Which I finished, so I feel free to like talk about it. It didn't even make my list, but I finished it. But it seems like Jason not only did not enjoy Nier, but is like bummed that people keep wanting to vote for it over other things that he likes, which I've been there. Um, this year, there's not a lot of dogs in the race that I'm like, oh no, I wish more people loved this. Like, I mean, Pyre didn't make my top 10. I really enjoyed Pyre, but it didn't make my list. But also, like, if you looked at my list, Hearthstone's on there. So that's not getting any love this year. Pokemon Sun and Moon, even though it came out in November of last year, made my list this year because I played 190 hours. You don't have to like every game. That's the thing. It's tough. Here's the thing. I like Nier a lot, but the repetitive nature of it, the gameplay, it was on my list and then it just kept getting bumped off and off. And then like Butterfly Soup, two of the games on my list I didn't play until December. Butterfly Soup, I had heard about, never got around to play it, and played it and loved it so much. It's incredible. So that was like a no-brainer. That had to go on my list. And then Battle Chef Brigade maybe wouldn't have been on my list if it didn't come out in December, but it was still so fresh in my mind, and I had such a good time playing it that I was like, well, I want to include this. That's why Pyre kind of fell off my list. Um, yeah, it's just like there were a few things on there that I wanted to give a shout out to, and smaller games, I like doing that. I think that Jason just I think Jason it's a thing of like every once in a while somebody like enough people really love a game that you kind of liked, but they love it so much that it's like taking away the games or the characters or whatever you would like to support. Um, and so it's like, oh, this fucking game, and like you might have even enjoyed playing it, but now you're just mad about it. I'm not a cop. I almost made a list of games that you think I would have loved, and I fucking didn't this year, just so that I could, which I didn't want to. Uh, I did not want to spend any time shit talking games that I wanted to love and couldn't. But I'm talking about Persona. I'll probably go back to it someday. I put in 30 hours, uh, but right now I do not want to play more Persona. Uh, Yeah, I think that I so Waffles brings up Zelda and how it's not really it didn't stick with people. I think part of that is this was an incredible year for games and Zelda came out early in the year. I think people I think this is if Zelda had come out last year, it would be the top of several people's lists. I think if PUBG hadn't hit as hard, it would have done better. But I also think that if Horizon Zero Dawn came out last year, it would have hit harder. Or if it came out later in the year, it would have hit harder for some people. I think that both those games are a product of coming out when they came out. Um, it just makes it hard to be into it. And you kind of like yeah, it just doesn't have staying power. I think that seems to be anyway where people are at. Uh, I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. If I had to make a guess about it, yeah, I mean like Hitman was fucking great, right? But would the Giant Bomb Crew have put so much time into Hitman if some of the games that came out this year came out last year, right? Because you're like, would they have kept going back to Hitman if it had been a busier year? Uh, so it's tough. Uh, I didn't play Zelda. I didn't. That's the thing. There's no Switch games on my list because I don't know Switch. I have a PlayStation 4, and which I rarely play these days. I mean, my PlayStation 4 was my Persona 5 and my Yakuza machine for most of this year, and then I've got a PC which is pretty good. It's not streaming good, but it's play games pretty well good. So I was able to play. Oh, I got these rubber pieces here. All right, so we got to put these rubber pieces on here. Try to be flush. And these rubber pieces on here. All right. It's weird that they're rubber. Very strange. Okay, so we put those on there. Great. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Zelda. I will at some point. I'm gonna probably in the summertime. Okay, so we're building a thing, so I'm gonna put this aside while we build this thing. My goal is to get some to game time in. Uh, to get a Switch probably in the summertime when I have some free moments after our improv festival that I help produce for my day job. When that's done in like July, my goal is to uh, have the time to buy a Switch and then play some Switch games. Because like I said, I haven't played any of them. And I want to. I want to play Mario and I want to play Splatoon 2, and because I really enjoyed Splatoon. Yeah, so there are games that I'd like to play, and Zelda and all that. So um, that is something that it's coming. But right now Right now, it is a whenever I can. Okay. So we're building this thing here. This is one of those things where we're like, I didn't look ahead to see what this is. I'm not really sure what I'm building, but it should be okay. All right. Oh, this is the so it looks like this is going to attach to uh hmm, what am I doing here? It looks like that this is going to be the device that turns our Anakin Darth Vader, rotates them in. That's what it looks like here. Yeah, okay, so it's like a, okay, that makes sense. I'm getting what's going on here. We're doing a little constructs building here, building some stuff. Then, and put that like that, flush. Great. So mix this there, and then we'll go back in there. That did not take long. So this goes like this. Nope, that's wrong. This goes this here. I'm assuming there's more to this process than that. I'm going to assume anyway that there's more to it than that, but right now that's where we go. Oh, and it goes like this in here. Okay. This weird piece here. Hey, chat. Hey, Quartzar Joe. It is going well. Hello and welcome. Yes, so we've been going about an hour now, and yeah, we've been doing this about an hour, and this is coming together. Some cool parts to this kit. Just going to, oops, I dropped the piece, so I will get that in a moment. Making sure that that landed where I wanted it to. So I think something's up here. So I dropped a piece, so I'm going to get that in a second. We'll put this on like this, and then these go on over it, and that this should be flush. Okay, so something is wrong. Something is wrong here. So what I think is, I think these two clear pieces aren't supposed to be on this. So I'm going to go back. Yes, okay, so I put these on the wrong. I put two clear pieces here that should not be clear, and I don't know where these were supposed to go. They weren't supposed to go on there. I think I just put extra ones on just as a force of habit. I was just putting them places. Okay, so that makes sense. That way this is flush. As I said, I dropped a piece, so now I have to go get that piece. Okay, we figured it out real quick. That just didn't seem right, and now I know why it didn't seem right. So that's great. Had a problem, solved it earlier enough. Yeah, Quasar, I'm usually pretty good about that. Oh, found it right away, which is great. Always nice when that happens. Yeah, I'm usually pretty good about that when it comes to Lego, because Lego, you know, we've got our separator, we can get things done. When it comes to model kits, you know, every cut, every clip of that, I'm always thinking, am I doing this right? Because I don't want to like cut off a piece and really mess things up. It would be awful. All right, so we did that right. Like I said, I think I just put two extra things on there by mistake. So it's good that we figured that out. And now we can move on to our next step. And okay. Yeah, that's always the fear, is that like, oh, I just screwed this up. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to go to 10:30 p.m. as usual on our Saturday stream. Thank you for joining me in this last half hour. We'll either finish this or we will get damn close to finishing it. If we don't finish it today, we will finish it on Thursday. I might stick around just a little later and finish it up just so that I can I don't have to put all these pieces away and then re-knoll it again. On Thursday, I set up my table, or sometimes I'll do it on Wednesday, and just have it up because it takes up a good portion of my bedroom. This setup, and then Saturday night, because I'm not in a rush to go anywhere. Usually, I don't do things after. Occasionally, I do, but I often don't. I will break down this kit, break down the table and my laptop and all that. And so I would prefer not to have to re-null everything later. Oh, we got here the Firewolf 12. Thank you very much for following. Yeah, if you're watching here and you don't follow, you can give me a follow. You can set your notifications so you get emails when I go live, or you can just follow me on Twitter every Thursday and Thursday nights are 8 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday is 9 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, I am planning a two bonus streams in January. I haven't decided quite when that's going to be. It'll be either Tuesday afternoons or Wednesday afternoon, and it'll be like 2 afternoon bonus streams that are coming in January, just as a thank you. I'm going to hopefully be ready to do a little bit of gaming and then at least one build stream. Because I've got a good solid thing. I've got 3 Lego kits waiting in the wings. I've got 2 master grade kits, Gundam kits. Those Gundam kits usually take. I was gonna say, oh yeah, those kits usually take about 3 streams to build, 2 to 3 streams. Um, Sometimes, yeah. So they take a little while there, but that could be a whole week dedicated to that, or it could be a week and a half. So it's that thing of I don't want to do 3 times a week right now until I hit my Patreon goal of $150 a month, because then part of that would go to buying an extra kit a month so that I always have something ready to go. That's the goal anyway, because I always want to have a backlog waiting in the wings, because you never know how long certain things take sometimes. And I never want to be caught off guard. I did that once this year. I had to go out to a store to buy a kit because I had just not planned things out, and there were some things stuck in the mail, and there was that sniper too, the GM sniper 2, ended up getting returned to sender and didn't come when I wanted it to come, or when I needed it to come, and suddenly I did not have a kit when I needed to have a kit, and it was kind of nerve-wracking. All right, so this goes out like this. This goes down like this, and then these two snap in here. And then I guess it goes like that. Oh, okay, and that's going to be the table is going to be built off of that, and then it can go up and turn when you need to turn. Seems to be right. Let me go back one step, make sure. Yeah, no, that's, okay, so it goes like that, and you can turn it, and then goes down. Okay, this is a weird thing, so I'm trying to make sense of it, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I want to make sure I'm understanding how this works while I do it. Okay, and now we put on pieces here. Take one of these, take this, like this, lock it in place so that it doesn't fall apart. As always, a good interlocking piece will keep things from getting weird. Yeah, so that's the goal for January, is to stream a couple bonuses in, let people see what it would be like if I stream 3 times a week, to maybe encourage a few folks to give to the Patreon. But of course, no pressure. Just like no pressure to subscribe here, although you certainly can. It's all good. Just watching the streams is awesome. We got 20 viewers tonight. It's very nice. Thank you for joining me towards the end of the stream. It's awesome to have you here. Like I said, we're definitely gonna finish this up. I might go a little longer. I might go past the normal stream time, just to finish this off. Whoop. Speaking of which, we got another subscription, Quasar Joe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Quasar Joe, for that. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna go. Yes. Hello. Afroraptor, I apologize for your deleted there and your timeout. Nightbot is new to me. I'm just getting used to it. I'll probably turn off that thing where it stops people from typing in all caps. So I apologize for that. Quasar Joe, thank you for using your Twitch Prime to subscribe. That's awesome. Really appreciate it. And then as a Afroraptor, I apologize for the timeout via Nightbot. I'll go in and change that setting. I want people to be able to type in all chat in all caps. Nightbot is a new thing. That's part of me like doing this fresh install. Was I finally went and figured out how Nightbot worked because I felt like it was a good thing to a good thing for me to have. Just a little bit of moderation because I don't have any mods. Eventually I will. I will eventually deputize a few fun folks and make them mods, but I'm kind of waiting for the channel to blow up a little bit more. Right now I can kind of patrol things. As we said, I'm going to knock on wood over here. Never had to really moderate anything. Y'all are great and chill and very cool. Obviously it's just, small numbers of you, so y'all been really decent and awesome. And I have not had to do any policing. But I got Nightbot because people were like, "Oh, you should have it because it just does a bunch of stuff that is helpful." So I got that. Pardon me, I blew air there. Had a little stray hair stuck in my Legos, and I want to take it apart. All right, so we built that up. Now we're just we're building up we're building up basically what is the gurney or the operating table. Should say, not the gurney. Gurney is a different thing. Yeah, we're building our operating table. Pieces here. Oops, did that the wrong way. These are interesting. I'm going to look at these. I have a few of them here. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So what I haven't done yet, Quasar Joe, is I haven't inputted like language to look out for. I have to do that. So this piece here is either goes vertical or horizontal, side to side. So I'm gonna have to be pretty careful about doing that, depending on how they want it to be done. Make sure I'm doing it the way that they want. The Lego Corporation. But yeah, I have to tweak some stuff in Nightbot and kind of take advantage of it. Fix all the settings, but I wanted to get it up and running before I started streaming again. Okay, so then this goes through this here into there. Like that. And then okay, so we'll play around with it a little bit here. So you can put it there, that way you can load up your thing. You put it down when it's done, and then you can turn it like that. That's pretty cool. Okay. And you can lift it up. I don't quite know why you lift it up, and then I don't know what this thing does. We'll figure that part out too. Still building. All right, so now we're gonna build some robot stuff here. Keep this going on. We're gonna have some droids to build, so we'll do that. Not too many pieces left. We'll knock it out. Like I said, if we go a little past time, we'll go a little past time. I don't have anywhere to be tonight. I'm not working tomorrow because it's New Year's Eve, and my job is do not have work, so I am able to hang out. I'm gonna watch the stream tomorrow. That'll be fun. All right, so we build that. We'll build that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for spending your Saturday evening or afternoon or morning, depending on where you are in the world, here with me. It's very nice of you. This was a fun build. We're obviously still working on it, but this has been a fun little thing. Like I said earlier, it is cool to do something a little different when it comes to these kinds of builds, and build like a playset, like a setting, instead of building just a vehicle or a Pokemon. Those are the two things we build. So this is pretty cool. That goes like that. Okay. And then, oh, this is the holder of the lightsabers. Okay. We got our lightsabers. We got one gold and one gray. So we're going to put that there. We got our evil red lightsabers. Let them know you're evil. Throwing that in there. Since you doing episode 3 Lego kit. Okay, so Quasar Joe, yeah, we can talk about that. I have a better opinion of them now than I did when they came out. You gotta understand, I was born in 1980, right? So, uh, I was Star Wars stuff. I was young when it all kind of hit and became very popular. So, I quote unquote discovered Star Wars on my own. My dad wasn't into it. My mom wasn't into it. So Star Wars was a thing that I found on my own and was like, oh shit. My dad likes action movies. He doesn't necessarily like sci-fi. He watches some sci-fi stuff, but he's like, he didn't introduce me to Doctor Who or anything like that. So me finding those movies and like buying the Christmas special uh, at a store, like a bootleg of it on VHS, like all that stuff came from me wanting to find it and to know more about it, right? So the prequels should have been for me, but like I said, born 1980, a little too old for the prequels because the prequels were kind of made for people a little younger than me, and they have their place, and there are people that love them, and I'm not here to take that away from them. And these are just me being as nice as possible. Did not necessarily enjoy the prequels. Uh, I think that the love story is poorly done. Um, I think that it's very hard to believe that those characters fell in love with each other. Um, I don't necessarily understand why everyone has to be somebody's dad. Like all the stormtroopers that are clones are all based on Boba Fett's dad, and Boba Fett is a clone that was made a child so that Jango Fett could have a son for some reason. Like, I don't know. And Anakin built C3PO? Oh, okay. Like, it's one of those things where you're just like, okay, okay. It just kind of wears you down. I don't know. I think the pod racing looked cool at the time. Here's what I'll say. Uh, the what we got here? Bruno Malaferetti. Hello, Filetti. Filetti, thank you so much, Bruno, for giving me a follow. Appreciate that very much. Um, the romance is bad. The romance is there because it has to be there, but no one was having a good time doing it. Because I think um, that Natalie Portman has a fucking ball in the first movie. She gets to play like, not only does she get to play herself, but she gets to play like the stand-in for Amidala. So she gets to like do some cool stuff, and then like Padme, who is obviously Leia's mom, gets to be kind of like proto Leia after Leia already existed. Like she gets to follow the framework of living up to being Carrie Fisher's mom. Like I think she does great. I think she is given a stiff ass asshole to fall in love with and a shitty teen to fall in love with. Like, and she does her goddamn best, but it's just not enough. It's fucking hard. It's hard to love that. Just stacked against it. But I'll say this: I'm pretty psyched that I'm just happy Greg Proops is in a Star Wars movie. That's funny for me. He's one half of the two-headed announcer, and that's just stupid in a way that I like. Okay, so gray. Yeah, so we're getting towards the end here. We got all these tools. I don't know where they go. I don't see a tool shed thing. We'll figure it out. Badass in parts of 2. Yeah. Yeah, the love scenes are tough because like the thing is like he's a Jedi. And like part of that should be like for him to like obviously he's rebelling in many ways. He's rebelling against, he wasn't picked at a very young age. He was thrown in there. Like he's got a lot of growing up to do while he's also that. But Anakin like should feel bad about falling in love. He's not supposed to. So he should like they should both feel like this is not a good idea, but we're gonna do it because we're so into one another that like we don't care. And you don't get that. You don't get that sense that I don't know. It's just hard, and that's obviously not a Lucas strong suit is romance. The famous ad lib line, you know, I think is there for a reason of I love you, I know. That's not a fucking Lucas line, and because it feels natural and real and cool, clearly he didn't write it. I don't know. So that's my general take on the prequels. And then like I don't know. The CGI is tough and it doesn't age well. I think that's actually a movie where so that's where all these weird tools go. Okay, it goes to this robot thing we're building. I was like, why do I have all these weird tools? And it's because it's this thing. Um, but yeah, I mean that's kind of like where I'm at with um, with the prequels. I actually think that they will hold up better once someone does like a re-release of them and like redoes all the CGI. But you gotta mix it. You gotta mix the practical with the CGI because it's gotta look good. It's gotta look right. And when it doesn't look right, it looks real wrong. That was more poetic than I needed to be. But I think you get what I'm saying. All right, so now we're gonna put we got all these weird little tools here. We're gonna put a bunch of tools on here for your fixer robot here, giving them the fix. Got a drill. This is fun. They had to like fake chrome out a bunch of these tools from other sets, which is kind of cool. And then I'm not necessarily matching these up exactly how they had them. Just kind of doing what I want to do with this. Just kind of putting them wherever. Oops, lost a thing there. So, yeah. So the thing that's funny about this is that like this is technically a multi-tool, I guess you could say. And I don't really care which tools I put on. Looks like there's some extra tools. They give you more than you need. So we'll just put a hammer on there. All right, so we'll do it like that. That's that. And then I just got to put this thing here. And this here. And this here. Great. And then this guy goes on the opposite side. So it goes on this. Oops. There it goes. Got a robot. Okay. And so what you end up doing is you do this. Being quiet. I apologize for being quiet. Right now I'm trying to figure out how this works. Oops. I'm following the instructions of how to set this thing up. Oh, that's why it's rubber. It's rubber so it doesn't damage that. Okay, so that does that. Then Okay, so basically, these are all extras, so always got extra pieces, so I'm going to put those over there. I'll deal with that in a second. Okay, so the idea is that you've got, oh, ah, technology happened, things went crazy, and then revealed, oh, now I've got this new suit, and then, like, you can kind of put the helmet on, which is, I would say, completely unnecessary, right? Like that part right there is totally not necessary, but it comes on and off, which is kind of fucking cool. That's kind of cool. It does that. Hello, Harold. Welcome. You're here at the end of our stream. You want to see Darth Vader's helmet come on and off? This kind of works. What we got here? Afro Raptor, just subscribe. Thank you so much for that. Spending your hard-earned money on me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting these streams. So yeah, so basically he sits there. He goes down onto the operating table. Stuff happens. He gets the suit. You put the helmet in here, and then this kind of slides down on and fits on his head. And there you go. Yes. Yeah, it's the helmet slider, right? Really important. So this is, let's see, is this taller than the box? This is definitely, yeah, this is not going to slide right in. I'm going to take these parts off. And then, yeah. And then we've got our robot to kind of see what's going on, to help out. We've got Emperor Palpatine chilling, waiting to see what goes what and where things go. Oh, I guess I can give this robot here, this droid, I'll give this droid some of the tools as well. That's kind of fun. Yes. I love you all with a giant bomb, and you hit an building this goes. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, for Raptor. Really appreciate that. Thanks for subscribing. It's a great way to end the year, is to have a few more people in there. Oh, Board Mink, thank you so much for that. Cheer. That's 100 cheer. Thank you very much. It is a very complicated helmet. You're not wrong. So that's the set. We'll hang out for a little bit here because we're gonna. This was the stream. With 7 minutes left, I'm not gonna start my test site. I'll pull the box up. We can look at it, but I'm not gonna get building there. So I'm gonna take my pieces. I'm gonna put them back in the bag. I always try to save a little bag here, just so they don't slide, because I like to keep things in the box. When I'm done with all my Lego stuff, because it'll be a bit, I'm going to take them all out, and I'm going to take a photo with a bunch of them. Probably not the Millennium Falcon, but all the other smaller kits that I've built. I will take a photo with those. But I got to take a photo of this at the end of the stream for my post-stream tweet. So I'll put that aside for a second. But and I'm going to put this where I can find it quickly, because I'm going to need this for the next Lego set that we build. But right now, let me reach with my foot and bring up this, because we got a couple minutes left. I want to thank you all for joining me on what is the last stream of the year for me. I'll be back on Thursday to start the year off right. So we've got our Death Scythe here. This is the original Death Scythe, which is actually like the first Gundam you see in Gundam Wing. It's got Endless Walt's name on it, because all of it does for some reason. All the Gundams do. When Endless Waltz came out, that became the branding. I love this kit too. The Death Scythe is my favorite, right? So, like, no wings, the Buster, shield, the scythe, beautiful scythe, not two blades for no reason, the backpack, little tiny mini guns. It's just a great kit. Got some stickers on there, which I probably won't apply because I don't like doing that. But yeah, pretty straightforward kit. Just enough English language in here, but it's mostly in Japanese. Pops out. No screws or anything like that. Yeah, I'm excited to put that together. That's going to be starting on Thursday. This will be 3 streams probably. 2 to 3 streams. This is, I mean, I think I like the hell. I I think I like the Death Scythe Hell, the second incarnation with the wings, and the wing shield. I think that might be my favorite Gundam. It's up there, but like, let's just say this: my top five, a lot of them. Oh yeah, and I'll jump to that. My top five, a lot of my top five are have Death Scythe in the name. I'll say that because the Death Scythe Hell custom frameless waltz is, the wings are so fucking gorgeous. I love it so much. I do miss the I miss the Buster shield because that's very it's a holdover from other Gundam series, but I still think it's cool. Um, but I do like that in most of the upgrades for wing are instead of having one arm that does that, you have two arms. And Death Sight's just like, nah, you got sick ass wings. We're not going to give you two Death Sights. We'll give you two blades on your Death Sight, but you don't have dual Death Sights. Because it's just like heavy arms is instead of having one gun arm, you have 4 guns on 2 arms. You know, like that's how they upgrade that. Yeah, it's yes, the scythe is just a scythe beam is just a cool fucking weapon, man. I'm just into it. All right. So that's going to do it for tonight. Next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be back with streaming. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Thanks for subscribing. Give me a follow if you don't do that. Follow me on Twitter. Send me, if you got a model kit this Christmas, if you got a Lego kit you're building with your kids or your friends or just you're painting figures for something. Let me know. Always send me those messages. I love hearing that. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for everybody who gave me a follow. Thanks for everybody who gave me a subscription today. I really appreciate that. It was a good way to end the year. And those of you that don't chat, that just watch, hey, shout out to you too. I know I give a lot of attention to those who chat because the people that chat give me something to talk about when I don't like. I wasn't going to talk about the prequels tonight. I'm glad I did. So thank you all so much. Yeah, throw that if you're a subscriber, throw that Bear Cave emote in there that Alexandra made. New emote for the $9 ones coming soon. Thank you all so much. And this will be on YouTube tomorrow, later tonight for $5 Patreon backers. You know, I gotta promote. That's how I do it. All right, thank you all so much, and have a great rest of 2017. Oh God, I can't wait for 2018. It's got to be better than this. Bye bye.